I'm leaning away like Charles Grant.
To the blockchain basement.
You're closer.
This
to
is
me
a place
than you are
where
to him.
chaos reigns supreme, and you get an inside look at what's behind Hit Network and BitBoy Crypto. Joined with a fantastic crew today. We got Crypto Taco in the center, the cream of the sandwich. We got Justin Williams. We got DZ. We got Ali B taking your questions. And we got AJ running the board today.
Hey,
First time.
BJ in the
Be
background.
gentle to him because we're in training mode here. We're expanding.
Gentle
so,
BJ.
yes. Yeah, very gentle.
Easy.
But yeah, we got some Crypto Thorn. Thanks for the follow today, Crypto Thorn. Yeah, I have an immense amount of followers at 200 people on Twitter. I've kept pretty low key, so I notice when people come in my backyard. But we got Black Ice 710, Manawak. Well, we got Hit Network Gaming, Joel over there, obviously. Inevitable Junkies to the moon. Well, might be in for a surprise with today's cast. But let's get into it here. BJ has looked to get some reprieve. He might have had to go poop. But I kind of want to check out these markets. Obviously, we had the FOMC yesterday. 50 base points, as most people expected. Really nothing too surprising about that. What we were talking about yesterday is kind of the danger in trading these time frames of when these meetings come out, because we've seen definite very dependable and predictable chaos. So check out this graph right here, just the basic coin market graph, and you can see that was absolute chaos. It was running up for a pretty good amount of time. We had a good few pumps to get us up in the 18.3 spot, and then bam, just wrecked town. But it's surprising to me. It's kind of interesting that we're still holding this 17.5, 17 number. I expected to be stuck at 16 for a while, even though, my overall, I've been buying since 17. AJ, I want to get your input on this. You trade all the time, every day. You're in there with Frankie Candles. What are your thoughts on this graph? What does this graph tell you?
Yeah, for sure. So basically, anytime things are super uncertain and you don't really know like how it's going to play out, you don't know how high or low they're going to hike the interest rates. Basically, my rule of thumb here is to just sit on the sidelines for a couple days. I mean, if you want to make a prediction and say, you know what, I think the market's going to bullishly react to this, you could put in a long and run a really tight stop loss. That's not a bad idea, but like a lot of the times it comes down really hard and then pops the direction it wants to go, or if it's going to dump, it'll go up really hard and then dump the way it's going to go. So it's really times like this, there's not really a clear trend until like hindsight's always 2020. But basically, unless you're running a really tight stop loss, I would kind of avoid this stuff.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I see real quick. So a short acts as a sell order on an order book, and then it's followed by a buy order. Go back to that chart. It looks like a bunch of people opened a short, and you can see the dip, and then you see that spike, and then that's the short squeeze.
Yeah.
All the shorts getting closed out. That's That's my thought.
Okay.
Oh, for
Okay.
sure.
I had someone in the chat asked you, DZ, do you think that we're at the bottom right now? What is your call on?
I think
on-
we're close enough to the bottom, in my opinion, that I'm scaling in. I
Yeah.
don't think it's the exact bottom, 15,700. I have a hard time picturing 9,900 or anything below 10 because I think there's a lot of buy orders at 11 versus sell orders at 11, 12, 13. So I just feel like the buy order volume is it's going to be tough to burst through. But I also thought the buy order volume was going to be tough to burst through at 20K.
Yeah.
We watched the live stream with CryptoFace. It took 3 days, I think, but you saw that sell wall just getting beaten down.
Right.
I think there's going to be similar walls at the 10, 11, 12, 13 range.
Okay.
Really tough to burst through.
Okay. Justin, how are you feeling? Where are we at?
Well, let us not forget, for those who have been through market cycles before, which I have been through them, I want you guys to, if you've been through the previous cycle, remember how cold and miserable 2019 was.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible. There was nothing happening. Nobody was talking about crypto. Nobody was looking at charts. Nobody was checking their portfolio. And so what I see now is there's still interest on a larger scale. I know we live in kind of a bubble, so like everybody we know talks about crypto, but there's still people outside of my bubble that conversate and have interest, which tells me that we still have a little ways to go. Not a lot. I kind of agree with DZ. I don't think we're going to go, I have a hard time seeing the 9,000 or even 10,000, but I do think we're going to be going lower at this point because 2023 is a long year. It's 12 months, and that's going to be in the middle of the bear market.
Yeah.
And so we still have that whole weird chop zone to go through. Anything could happen. Black swan events, bad news, FUD, whatever. It's going to happen. And so I think we're in the middle right now. We have a little bit more to go.
Okay.
I completely agree with what you just said. I think 2023 is going to be a very long year. The halving is March 24th. So basically Q3, Q4 of next year is when I think things are going to start heating up. But really, I'm still scaling in like pretty small, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever, just in anticipation, looking for different points.
Yeah, let me jump back in. That reminds me of something. I'm not scaling in on anything anything outside of the top 10, maybe the top 20. I'm not really getting into because, again, going back to previous
Except
cycles.
for Charlie.
Yeah, C3.
Charlie.
But those are outsider coins.
I'm almost expecting that to go to zero, just to be clear. Like I'm not saying buy it because it's going to make you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Very risky. You're probably going to lose everything.
But one indicator that we have to remind ourselves during a bear market, Bitcoin dominance will go up on a major. We're talking 60-70%. And right now, I want to say it's at 38, 39, 40,
39.
dancing around that area.
Yeah.
So we still have a long ways to go there. And what that means is like everybody that are in these smaller coins, they get tired of losing money and they just like, all right, they tap out and they go back into Bitcoin. And so the majority of the market will get sucked back into Bitcoin, probably Ethereum. The only thing that's different than last time is all the money tied up in NFTs. So that's going to be something that's going to be interesting to watch. There's so much money tied up in NFTs right now, so you're not going to see the dominance go as high. But I do think the dominance is going to go at least over 50 at this point when it comes to Bitcoin.
Gotcha.
Speaking of NFTs, Raven Boy said Trump is a crypto guy now. Anyone buying his $99 NFT?
That is actually a great
Taco's the
segue.
biggest NFT degen. Taco, are you going to buy the Donald Trump NFT?
Which mic should I use?
Choose. Choose.
If you want to take a chance and maybe mint one in the anticipation of maybe you can get like a rare one, that'd be a good opportunity. Other than that, I personally don't want a dinner with Donald Trump. I mean, it would be cool, but I mean, that's one of the utilities. I think another utility is like you get to go golfing with him. I would want to do that. So maybe I'll pick up on the secondary market for one of those golfing NFTs of Donald Trump.
Well, question for chat. He likes McDonald's and he likes KFC. What do you eat with him? I'm choosing KFC.
Oh, I would definitely be McDonald's.
Yeah, I was going to say McDonald's, but I also saw in the chat here, it's going to be on Polygon. So that makes me more bullish on Polygon. One of the biggest figures in the world is launching only on every other Tuesday the last weekend of the month. That's when I cage fight. But on Polygon, I think that's very bullish for that chain. And you see all these big players launching on Polygon. I think definitely Polygon is something I'll be picking up in the bear market.
This
And I already have
totally,
some, so.
this totally reminded me of that. I remember there was a lady that was selling little booklets where she made all of Donald Trump's tweets when he was allowed on Twitter into a physical booklet that she was selling, and she made a ton of money by selling those. You know, I'm not any huge fan guy of this guy, but I mean, he definitely did have an impact in American politics and really in general, just the overall kind of. He's going to be a big name.
His tweets were
history.
funny.
Yeah,
too.
he had a lot of tweets, so they sold him. So it might be something that's kind of sought after. I have the story up here. Check out my computer here, AJ. This is the Watcher Guru. Right up on it. Donald Trump releases his first NFT collection. Basically, it's, you know, Trump is releasing his first trading card collection. He's making them out to be kind of like trading cards. And, you know, in a tweet, we came across that. Well, I know, yeah, it was a little heavy hitting, but basically, you know,
Trump's packing.
he's in the digital world,
man.
Yeah, he's definitely seeming to be. See, that's the image, overall image that was posted. So, you know, it's going to be huge, as Sofa King says.
So
you know,
huge, spectacular, wonderful.
He's very polarizing, you know. So I think that any polarized type of subject like this definitely has a potential for, you know, people wanting to kind of, you know, move over to it. Basically, if they're hardcore supporters of him, I could definitely see that. It just kind of interesting. I remember Melania had that NFT that was like I think she or someone else connected them. Yeah, it was on Solana, and DZ, wasn't she like buying the NFT?
There's a very high sell that just didn't correlate with any of the other sales data. So if you see a Bored Ape sell for $1 million, it makes sense because the cheapest ones were selling for $100,000. So you're like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But if you see something sell for $1 million, but the cheapest ones are selling for $20, that's when you get a little bit suspicious, doesn't quite pass a smell test. There was a little bit of a large disparity from a very high net worth sale, and many people are saying this is probably wash trading as some sort of like advertisement. I agree, it probably was.
Man, I don't know. Like it might be a double bottom call for me. I was laughing when I saw people saying that this was the bottom, or basically solidifing it.
Why do you end that paragraph like Yoda? Go back to that tweet. I believe.
Let's see.
Where he has, I believe it's going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
This one. Are you talking this one? Is this the one?
No, they're making fun. He tweets like Yoda, and it's kind of.
Well, he does. You know, very polarizing individual though. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, these types of things, digital collectibles, it kind of makes sense that it's rolling, and, you know, people are kind of looking at it in that sense. It's obviously got a utility. But I stay like more on the music side of the application for NFTs. I used to be a heavy metal musician, so I saw a lot of value in being able to, you know, if you were a big artist, to be able to kind of move all of your fans into one position, one spot where they can only get your music or any kind of like special information from that NFT ownership. So I'm waiting to see what music does with NFTs. Have you guys heard of that in the NFT realm at all? Like, is that application coming to fruition, or what are your thoughts on that?
People are trying, they're dabbling.
Yeah.
People are putting music on the blockchain, you know, but it hasn't been fine tuned and really kind of figured out where mainstream can get behind it. And there is a conflict when it comes to, you know, labels.
I remember a little while ago, didn't Meek Mill release an album that you could only buy with crypto? Didn't that happen?
Tory Lanez.
Yeah,
Tory Lanez did an NFT. Well, the purchase of crypto is not what we're talking about. It's talking about actually making music as an NFT.
No, for sure. I just think that there is something there in the future. Like they'll make like exclusive things, or like experiences if you get the NFT. If you like stand at this spot at a show, like something else will happen, like kind of more add-on stuff to add to the fan experience. I think
like utility,
there's something there.
Utility and access. That's kind of where NFTs are at now. But the trying to figure out the problem of putting music on the blockchain or putting music as an NFT, and how the labels can still get a piece of it, or, you know, having the contracts written in a way where the artist gets a percentage.
Right.
That's still, there's not a really, there's not a platform like Spotify that can handle that.
Yeah, there's
yet.
no clear path to this. We're many, many years away. I'm very bullish on, NFTs allowing fan access. And yeah, this doubles as a backstage pass, or this doubles as a free t-shirt when you come to my
We
concert.
already have that, yeah.
Very, very bullish on that, like adoption growing. We're going to see more and more of that.
Right.
Very bearish on the day where we're listening to NFTs when we're working out. I think that I'm closer to 10 years than, I would say 2, 3, 4 years.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm here for it. It was kind of aggravating when we'd have like a ton of views, hundreds of thousands of plays in small countries. We even hit like 1 million plays in Russia, and we got like $8 for it out of Spotify. So that was definitely aggravating as an artist. But since we got the Junkies, I want to show you guys their Twitter. This is where you can find all things Jpeg Junkies. I really like this.
I like the Christmas
I
theme.
love this project.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Mayhem.
yeah.
Merry
Shout out to
Christmas.
Mayhem. It was a little idea we had to have different little banners.
We did a little airdrop of Charlie. They're doing stuff.
I'll give a little background on the airdrop. We gave 100% of our royalties that we received in November back to the holders. We actually continued it from November 1st to December 5th. We actually added almost a week there. And so all the money that we received, we slowly bought some Charlie token with the ADA we were receiving for royalties. And then we just did an even distribution. If you have 1 junkie, you got 1 allocation. If you have 20 junkies, you had 20 allocations. And so everyone got a couple bucks. A few people got, over $100. We looked at the all-time high on Charlie. Will it hit that all-time high? I think it will. I don't know. I bought a little bit. I'm not saying copy trade me or anything, but the airdrop you got would pay for your mint at Charlie's all-time high price. So if people do catch that wave up and they do sell it, I love the idea that me and Justin, and Taco and all involved, we maybe were able to pay you back for the mint that you gave us. If we have another bull run and, like we all expect Bitcoin to go up in 2-3 years, if all that happens, this may pay for itself. So I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, it's really awesome to see you guys so involved, helping build out the NFT community and really put some rubber to the road on its utility and interaction with the community. It's been cool to see.
I see
on that
they're
note-
talking about the hoodie a lot, and then they're asking about AJ's. Not to cut you off, we should probably address that before we just keep
Yeah,
getting more
yeah.
and more of it.
I absolutely love this hoodie. I wear it all the time.
We're in the midst, Justin. You kind of want to, we're trying to find suppliers. We're talking to NF Touchables right now about something that's not merch. It's the merch game it's hard to have quality control. I mean, you got any you want to kind of explain our story of going into the garment district multiple times, trying to get
Garment District in
people
Atlanta.
to work with us here, and it's
Yeah, it is you would think it's easy to do that. You just go find. But number one thing, we want quality. We don't want the one and done hoodie. And like that's what you buy in the Garment District of Atlanta is you just have the one-offs where you wash it one time and it's ruined. So number one thing is quality. We want quality, and then we want the right distribution. And we're getting websites built, which is also something that takes time.
and the Cardano token gated website costs a little bit more than we are expecting. So, yeah,
That's
just
all
work
that
with-
is. But we do have it down the pipe. Oh, we do have some cool stuff that we're planning in New York. Can we talk about that?
Send
I
it.
think so.
Yeah,
I think
I
so.
think
So, ooh, some alpha.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Jpeg Junkie party. We're gonna try to find the most slummy, nasty, rundown, hole in the wall dive bar.
Love it.
Maybe it's already been closed for 3 years. We're gonna open it back up and do one event. Drug addicts are welcome. All drug dealers can come.
Yeah, free spoons,
Free
free
spoons,
belts.
Wow.
syringes, belts, knives.
Can I come?
guns.
Can I come?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, cool.
You're in recovery, AJ.
You're in recovery.
But we're going to throw a JPEG Junkie party, which is going to be massive. I think that's going to be fun for NFT NYC. And so it's going to be, DZ and I have been to NFT NYC for the last couple years. There has never really been a large Cardano presence. There's a small one, but not a large one. So we're hoping that changes. I think Taco's going to come too, but we're hoping that changes in time because the Cardano ecosystem is becoming massive in the NFT space. It's number 3. Some would say it's number 2. I mean, who's really looking at Solana anymore? So yeah, stay up to date. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We're going to be dropping information on that. More information to come.
Boom.
A great question from Extra Large Tinfoil Hat. In 2 sentences or less, talking to an 8-year-old, how does blockchain solve supply chain issues?
Ooh, like an 8-year-old. Okay. I would say to that, blockchain has the ability to track and give real-time information on position of goods and throughput capabilities.
All right, that's a very smart 8-year-old. Here's how you
Yeah,
describe it
why
to an
does an
8-year-old.
8-year-old
What does
Yeah.
an 8-year-old want? It's a third grade. I'm a guy. I'm going to go
Yeah.
with the boy. You want some Pokemon cards, right? You want the little new Pokemon something. All right, Timmy, Mom, the Walmart doesn't have my Pokemon toy. Well, blockchain can solve that, Timmy. How, Mom? Well, we put too many Pokemon cards at the Ackworth Walmart and not enough at Kennesaw Walmart. But if we had blockchain, we would be able to track all the Pokemon cards and know that your toy store is about to run out. And the blockchain can help facilitate where every kid in America gets a shiny Charizard.
God, I
Wow,
love
that
it.
was great.
And
That was well
I
done.
literally deal with this problem as a father of a child that's obsessed with Pokemon. Like I go to the GameStop, they're out. They don't have any. I go to Target, they're out. I don't know where any are. None of the internet.
Yeah, you're sitting here like you're giving your kid
yeah.
a PhD lesson, Drew. Come on.
I'm sorry. Well, I expect a lot out of her. So,
He literally said the word throughput.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said the word throughput.
Dude, my daughter
no excuse for this.
I'm getting my daughter to understand Bitcoin mining. Okay, so I'm trying early with her. I don't hold anything back. She wants to be a scientist. I treat her. I'm trying to push her forward.
Drew's kids are genius.
I'm trying to make them. And that's so on that
Just-
subject.
Yeah, you want to give it a go, Taco?
What's that?
Drew,
What's that?
what's actually? I don't want to dox your daughter, but are you gonna be like, what is an ASIC?
Oh man, well, she's just understanding how the mining works. The solving mathematical problems, and basically proof of work. I'm trying to just start there, but yeah, I mean, basically, anytime that I try to make like a video about Bitcoin or something like that around the house, they're always trying to pop their head in and give their opinion about it. So I definitely want them to be knowledgeable about this technology as it moves forward. I really think that Bitcoin is going to be here for a long, long time. I'd give it into the next century. So that's my opinion of it. And I want them to be involved with it. And there's a big reason for that. Like people are falling behind on the fiat system. They need an out.
I saw a question up in the chat. It was like being in an echo chamber here at Hit Network. Everyone knows about crypto. When do I feel like we're gonna get to like mass adoption, or like out of our echo chamber where everyone's talking about crypto? I think it's gonna be on the same path as like internet adoption. I think we're kind of on that path already, and it's just gonna be slowly but surely. Everybody's gonna start be integrating into this blockchain technology. I think CBDCs are going to be a big part of that. They're trying to already get everyone transferred over to USDC, which has been kind of called the central bank coin, central bank digital currency coin. So I think it's just going to be, people are going to be using this technology without even knowing.
Yeah.
But like in our echo chamber, we know all these different nuances, all these different projects. It's just going to take that little spark of interest for somebody to just go beyond that, like, oh, this is equal to $1. What else can this technology do? I think it's going to be slow, but some aspects, some maybe games are going to come out where it's just going to be implemented, and a lot of people are just going to jump in and not even know it.
I've had some new thoughts on that, and two things real quick. If they really start pushing that $600 IRS tax bill, where you just go out to lunch, twice a week or 4 times a month with your buddies, and then all of a sudden you get some tax bill, that will seriously get people to consider using crypto. Also, Drew, I understand if you're uncomfortable answering this. Drew, on prepping,
Yes.
how much long-term food do you have?
I have 6 months of freeze-dried food and about 400 pounds of rice and beans.
Better
And-
question. What is the best tasting prep food out?
Oatmeal.
That's the oatmeal?
Absolutely.
I like the dehydrated ice cream.
Personally, I like
That
the
stuff is good.
mangoes. Ever have the
Oh yeah.
mangoes?
Those
Oh
are
man,
good.
they're like so much sugar, and I shouldn't do that because I'm pre-diabetic. But I can't not eat them. I'm sorry, they're too good.
Yeah, I'm big into, for anyone that doesn't know, I'm like huge into prepping. My favorite 3 guns, Glock 19, 9mm, a 5.56, obviously, and then a shotgun for birds.
How
You
many
know.
Connexes do you have buried in your backyard?
My wife wouldn't let me do any of them. I had to redo my house when I moved into it because I bought it from a crazy cat lady who was addicted to alcohol. So
Oh,
cost me a lot of money to rip the house up and put it back together, but that is coming. I'm also found a water spring that I'm trying to capture for hydroelectric right now. So
That's awesome.
that's in process. But yes,
like
I prep for both good things in finances like crypto and making moves forward and putting my family in a better position in their generations, but then also just in case Mad Max happens.
Yeah,
you know?
he has his small children doing like Navy SEAL drills and learning about throughputs.
Yeah, we have fun,
Dodd Slave
you know?
said, "How much lead and brass do you have?" Also, you don't have to answer.
No, your standard rule is you want 500 rounds for each pistol, and you want about 1,000 at least for a long rifle. And shotgun, you can't carry that much; it weighs too much. So 200 max. You're lucky if you can carry.
Okay,
50.
Drew. So hypothetical, zombie apocalypse happened. How long do you live?
Well, that depends on where you are. I think city center people are.
I would
are
just
in
go where
trouble.
it's cold. I don't know why people get
Just go where
so
it's
caught up on this. You just go where it's freezing cold. The zombies freeze.
You would
It's tough
die.
to survive winter.
Yeah, you would die of exhaustion
Yeah.
cutting wood.
Yes.
You would
You
sweat
burn
out
more
too much.
calories.
Yeah, you would sweat out too much, and your body wouldn't be able to keep up with it. So,
I don't
yeah.
believe it. I don't buy it.
Negative, not negative. There's those wilderness shows. It's like it's a serious consideration, like just whether or not to chop firewood because they do the math on
Well,
calories.
it's not like I'm not saying go into the Kodak of the freaking mount. I'm saying you go to where a house is in Maine during the wintertime. You're good. You just keep that house warm.
yeah, it'll take a lot of energy to keep it warm.
I've thought a
though.
lot about this zombie
I used to
apocalypse.
live in Colorado as a prepper, and I thought about that subject a lot. And I
Yeah,
thought,
mountainous areas. They
yeah,
can't
it
go
would
up
take
mountains.
it would take a lot of energy to make it to the mountains, and to get to the mountains, you have to go through a prairie. And a lot of hillbillies have long rifles, just like the
Oh
7
crap! Yeah,
millimeter
you don't want to
mag.
go to hillbilly town.
Yeah, you will get
Dang
dusted
it.
from miles out.
Yeah,
out
you're gonna
there,
end up
so,
deliverance.
yeah.
You will get assaulted.
Yes.
All right, back to crypto.
I liked this tangent.
El Captain
fascinating.
Salty. I was bringing this up when I actually saw this. I think it was like Monday. There's 29 million Bitcoin for sale over the top 45 exchanges, stated by Craig Wright. So you don't think it's true?
No, it's not true.
But it runs into the same situation that FTX was in, where they were creating synthetic assets. They were just crediting it to you on your account, but it didn't exist in your account. You couldn't move it. You can only trade it on their site. Do you think other exchanges are doing that?
I mean, and I listened and wrote up the response to the FTX and New Genesis call, and Seth Melamed of FTX and said the last thing he said was, that's just always the danger of these centralized exchanges.
Well, here's why, just to play devil's advocate, steel man the other side here. I don't think it's an issue. I think Craig Wright's full of crap. Yeah, maybe it does appear that there's 29 million Bitcoin. There are banks that facilitate services to more than one exchange. This bank, I have Taco's exchange and Justin's exchange, and they both sell my Bitcoin. I have 1 million on my balance sheet. Justin says he can sell you 1 million. Taco says he can sell you 1 million.
Yep.
But guess what? When I sell 500,000, they would revise their numbers. And so I think that's,
There
I
is
think
no
there's a
double
lot of
spending
it.
on the network.
Yeah. I mean, if that would be the biggest story, all those really, really smart people when it comes to like Bitcoin nodes and
Yeah.
Jack Dorsey, like they wouldn't continue working. But I think it's just some, it's a centralized exchange issue, not like the amount of Bitcoin out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. It's like just like DZ said, it's the centralized issuers that are creating these fake Bitcoin to make it 10 million more than the actual supply.
It's not even, I think creating is the wrong word there, because like creating makes you think like they're creating them out of thin air.
crediting. Well, they
Offering Bitcoin that they don't hold. That's what they're doing. I have the million.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
say you can sell 1 million. You say you can sell 1 million.
Yeah.
But now it appears Craig Wright saying, "Oh, they're selling 2 million Bitcoin." No, that's not what that is. That's my 2 cents.
Dead. Yeah, I don't trust centralized exchanges at all. I hope, and I don't think Binance is in trouble, but I self-custody everything, not driven by, this worry of us recreating fractional reserve banking by accident in crypto, but I was just more concerned of cyber attacks. I wrote the cyber pandemic look at and just was being careful and ended up doing me well because I didn't have any of my stuff on an exchange when something other than what I was planning to worry about happened. That was the same problem. So
DZWF in the Bay Area with the Northers. If I was in the Bay Area, I'd be voting for the people that want to actually arrest people who steal from stores and break into cars. And I would not fit in that town, I guess.
Yeah.
They're doing that here too.
So me and Taco used to be bouncers, and this is an interesting thought experiment. You saw the Apple Store break in. We're kind of like going into this lawlessness, and there's a sentiment as your life isn't worth this $1 million, $1 trillion corporation. Don't put your life in danger over this $1,000 phone. They got 1 million of them. To me, I take pride in stuff like that, and I would like to see these clerks start DDTing and spearing some of these thieves. I would be happy to see that. And I don't think it's, they're putting their life on the line for this corporation and don't care about them. It's having pride for your place of business. So you could be a GM, you could be a sole proprietor. There's places you might have a chain. You have a Kroger. You don't own Kroger, but you might own that Kroger. And you don't want people going in there and stealing your food. So, yeah, I think we need to see a little more spears.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah,
Call me crazy. I know this isn't like I'm.
Well, the bigger issue there is another thing to talk about there is somebody has to start taking a stand against this stuff, because if you just sit back and allow this stuff to happen,
they're breaking into your house.
It will just
next week.
continue to get worse and worse and worse, and then we're all going to end up in Drew's house with his gun, because they're trying to take our milk, right? And so you have to start fighting back. You can't just let people, whether they kill you or not, somebody has to take a stand against this kind of stuff.
I completely agree. Like in California, there was all that stuff. Like if you broke into like a Walgreens, you could like get away with as much as you want as long as you don't steal like over a certain dollar amount. Stuff like that. Like they weren't doing anything about it. It was just like, what is happening here?
Did you guys see in Philadelphia, they got security guards packing ARs now? Yeah, the gas station. There's a couple gas stations that have upgraded the security. I used to be in security.
Going back to the NFT NYC, the last 2 years in a row that me and DZ went, and Taco went, I think last year, right? Yeah. I support cops. I'm not one of those defund the police, but the cops in New York, they got the high school dropouts. Some of these people, I'm not that fast. I can outrun every one of them.
Yeah,
like they got the people that just don't care. Like we would ask them, they don't care. They're not interested.
Phones out on social media.
Phones out, overweight, sloppy dress, like shirt untugged. One shoe's a different color. It was insane. And like it blows me away.
Yeah,
that's why this stuff is happening.
To add to that, it's crazy to me. Like like two of the most important things in my opinion would be like protecting our citizens and educating our children. The two most underpaid jobs are cops and teachers. And it's just like, why?
Well, supply and demand. I mean, we're having two different conversations.
Sort of.
New York has one of the largest standing armies on earth. You know that?
No.
Yeah, they have one of the largest head counts of armed personnel and trained personnel on earth.
What do they have? I've never seen it.
NYPD
police,
is probably a lot.
Yeah, it's substantial. I think it's the 7th largest standing army on earth. So, yeah, keep that in mind. But let's check it out. I want to check out Tom Emmer because I like Tom Emmer and I like what he's doing here. So check out.
Yeah, there are some good politicians, you know, and some. It does seem to closely correlate with the ones who are more pro Bitcoin are the ones who are more like I don't like a lawless society. There were some cool things of the 1800s. You have the high noon duel. But we're almost going away from that in a different direction where it's like, no, you can't do anything. You just got to let the bad guys come into town. And you got, oh my God, you dared pulled out your gun and shot him back up. Now you're in trouble.
I had to, the police department in Fort Collins was paying my security contracting company to protect their vehicles and them going to and from their vehicles. So like even the police are contracting out their services at this point, and their hands are tied behind their back in a lot of legislative or judicial ways where they really can't engage with an assailant until blood's already been spilt in some cases now. So it's unfortunate, but they're still good in the world, like Tom Emmer. Let's check him out. What are you saying here?
So I just moved here last year, or I've been here for about a year. So right out front of our building, there's a sign for they're paying cops $53,000 and change. So there's a question for the group: Is this town looking for more cops because we're like low on cops?
Yeah.
They are. Yeah. They're very much looking for more cops here. Paulding County as well. It's no one wants to do it.
No one wants to do it.
After the summer of love in the elections, no one wants to do that job. I saw
don't blame
opportunity.
them.
They were burning cop cars in Atlanta.
Yeah, but they paid the security contractors hand over fist to go take those spots. So it was, I took advantage of that a little bit, you know, when it was going on. But
So you like start a fire, then change your clothes
yeah,
and come
absolutely.
back. Hey,
yeah.
I'm available.
Yeah, definitely. You know, just put a new set of clothes on and show up and save the day. So
I don't think that pay is enough to risk your life every day either.
definitely not. You know, and you're in trouble for the rest of your life if you
Screw
you know,
up.
You screw up, yeah.
if you screw up. So. Yeah, but Tom Emmer, check this out. Look what he's doing here. Tom Emmer is mulling bringing back the bill aimed at reducing crypto red tape. He's basically trying to walk back, you know, the requirements for entities as money transmitters. Now, this can have this was what struck me as interesting, this money transmitter registration, because I was listening to a pretty good lawyer that's out of the crypto space. I was kind of highlighting the immense amount of verifications and paperwork that FTX had to do to become registered money transmitters. If you're based in Delaware, like they were, they had to register that way with all other 49 states, not to mention they're international. So I don't even feel like the registering as a money transmitter system that we have in place works, obviously, if they made it past knows how many of those audits. And so, you know, Tom Emmer looks like he's trying to roll a little bit of red tape back. But the thing that's getting me real excited about this guy is this. Check this out, AJ. So SEC chair will be held accountable for the FTX collapse, Representative Tom Emmer.
Love it.
And he's made multiple calls for Gensler to actually appear in front of Congress. So I would love for the moment, look at this, look at that. This is what I want to see right here. I want to see Gary answer to the fact of why he provided a no action relief to FTX at the beginning of this year, to a company that was growing at breakneck speeds, jettisoned up into number 2, but yet you give them a no action relief. And, you know, that's essentially.
Well, look, let's just go ahead and say what it is. Here's the real story, and they're not going to report it. His mom was a major donor to the party that hired Gensler.
What party was that?
It's the Democrat Party.
What?
And so they now he is
Democrat
saying
Party?
I gave about equal amount to the Republicans, but it was all dark money. I don't believe that. I think, he probably did a significant amount. I don't think it's in the 40% range. I think it's probably 10, 20% range. I'd be surprised if it reached 30%.
Drew, you know this, right? Didn't you track some of this money?
Yeah, well, I have the receipts.
But we can't track the dark money.
You can't.
Right?
You can't
track
and
the dark money.
the
So
thing
it's
that-
just a convenient excuse there.
It is. The thing, there's other people he gave the money to do the donations for him. So go ahead, Taco.
So yeah, obviously this isn't on the record, so there is no receipts, and it's just by his word. So, and he also went on record saying the reason behind this like donation to the Republican Party, dark money, is so like reporters and media outlets would pretty much just keep a neutral stance on him and not pretty much throw him under the bus.
Wrong. It's biased reporters have a silver
well, yeah.
bullet. Biased reporters have a silver bullet where they say, he's CEOs the Republicans too.
Yeah, it was
He's not all.
minuscule.
He's not. This isn't a bad Democrat. This is just a bad guy.
Yeah. The receipts on
his words.
the receipts are they're like 0.3% of overall FTX employees' contributions were verifiably to Republicans, and they were low-level people. The major grouping of donations were absolutely towards the blue, and you know
Even some of the didn't they find though that some of the Republican money, not to go too far down the rabbit hole, went to, I mean, one of his indictments was one of his indictments was for campaign fraud or campaign finance fraud or some crimes against campaign finance because, and this was read off by the Manhattan prosecutor, because it swayed elections and swayed campaigns.
Yeah.
And so the Republicans that he gave to weren't really, I mean, they were technically Republicans because they had an R on their name on the campaign, but they were against either Trump or some agenda or whatever. Right. Isn't that what we've seen with some of the Republican money or most of the Republican money?
It is, and the overall amount that I have $170 million in receipts of his firm's donations to Dems, but the number just seems so light compared to what they were operating with, and the haphazardness of them sending money to and from Alameda and back and forth. Like, there is no way that it was only 100.
And FTX is quoted as saying it was roughly the same. And I think once everything is said and done, it's going to be an 80-20 split, which is so far away from roughly the same.
Yeah, sad. Well, I'm going to try to get a hold of Tom Emmer. We're going to try to get his opinion on BitBoy crypto because I think he's doing some good stuff here. You got to find the silver line and the hope. There's some bad actors. Not everyone is a bad actor. Not everyone is a good actor. So you got to kind of not get in that zone where you think everything is a conspiracy.
Matrix
brought
up such a good point. Yeah, he's saying here's the scene money gone to Democrats, but there's this dark money to Republicans. What's the dark money to the Democrat super PACs?
Exactly. That's what's still be determined. And I think we're going to be dealing with it going into 23. Another thing that I think is 23 is going to have is there's going to be a lot of looks at FTX not registering as a foreign agent in Ukraine and funneling money there. So that's going to be
that's what got Manafort, I believe, right? Was it Manafort?
Oh, I think they did pinch him for that. Yeah, foreign agent. Yes, they did.
Yeah, that's how they got those Trump people.
It is. Ukraine's a mess. We're gonna hopefully that calms down in time. It may not. I'm prepped if it's not, but if humankind and technological advancements want to move forward, we should probably find a middle ground here without trying to control that border so heavily from across the sea, in my personal opinion, but that's just me. So let's check this out. I want to go into this. I know we've talked about this a little bit, but this is a big thing that I back up to for people that are just getting into like the crypto curious mindset where they just start wondering about the asset and why. Basically it's just citing how inflation's eroding wage gains. Americans living paycheck to paycheck is well increasing. We have 63% of Americans, let's see here, 63 living paycheck to paycheck, up from 60% the previous month. A 64% hit in the high in March here. So, and these are even highlighting the high income earners are under pressure. That even if you
almost half of those earning more than six figures
right.
live paycheck to paycheck.
That's crazy. Like everyone has this mindset where it's like, yes, once I get to 100K a year, it's gonna be great. I can just keep going to my job. I can eventually buy that house, and things are gonna be great. That's not necessarily the situation for low and middle, and even as you can see, some upper echelon. Like you have some tech people that work in San Francisco that live in their vehicle and walk to the office.
So sad.
And yeah, it's.
But
horrible.
What do you think that iPhone is in their pocket?
Right.
It's not the 10. It's not the 9.
Yeah, it's true. It's
living
true.
below your means will give you freedom few can even fathom.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Absolutely. Like getting rid of debt, like this, it highlights some things like killing your debt, making a plan to save, doing your own audits, reevaluating your budget. What's really important? Do you need that Starbucks? I make coffee at my own house that's 8 times better than Starbucks, and it costs $1 a cup.
Let's give some cost saving tips that we've done. I make coffee at home. When there's been broke periods, guess what? I eat a peanut butter sandwich every single day. Why? A lot of calories. It was cheap. I ate ramen very regularly.
Right.
Why? Because it was cheap.
Right.
I would have a thing where I would not spend any money except for a grocery store and gasoline. And I would then, because it would be so uncommon, I would know when I spent money besides the grocery store or the gas station. I'd be like, oh, wow, I bought a candy bar at the gas station. I haven't spent anything besides, these two things. So that's just an example. Anybody else? Tips?
Definitely, like learning how to ball on a budget is its own art form. Definitely, like, especially like when you're trying to like DCA into crypto and you don't like have like 5 or 6 figures sitting in the bank. I mean, like when you go, like when you buy food in bulk and like make your meals out instead of like going out to eat, or like when you go out to eat, don't get as many appetizers or drinks or whatever. And just like every single one of those things, like that's an extra $10, an extra $20 that you could put in every week or every couple of days into your DCA than you would if you would just consumed it and then it's gone forever.
Yeah.
So there's so many smart little things that you can do. And like, do you really need that $200 jacket? Like, I know you look great in the jacket. Everyone looks great in the jacket, but do you need it?
Right.
That's really what it comes down to. And it's like, in like, let's just say we hit the top in November 25. So from right now to November 25, everything we accumulate is going to exponentially go up, whatever it is, 3 to 10 to even 20x in crypto. So like how bad do you need, like do you want it or do you need it? And
Yeah.
I think that's the really big distinction, and everyone has to honestly look themselves in the mirror and make that decision.
I think the best step, though, the first step that you need to do, kind of going back to your auditing, you need to take your budget and look at it over a 30-day period, and then you want to look at where your money's going, and then from that's where you can make cuts, changes, eat at home. Maybe don't go out 3 nights a week, go out 1 night a week. Date night might just be Netflix and chill. Things like that, but you have to find out where your money's going. That is the number one thing. People think, I'll just start eating at the house. Well, maybe that's not where your money's going. You need to figure out where your money is, like where it's leaving, and then that's how you can, does Justin have Nike Dunks on? Yes, I do. I shouldn't have bought these. I don't need them.
Let's see them.
Right? They're too expensive. But no, I think that's where you want to do. You want to find out where your money's going and then budget from there.
Yeah, I like making my own food, like making my own bread. I made my own Pop-Tarts for the kids, it's a healthy decision, but it's also cheap. Flour is super cheap. Sugar is cheap if you buy it in bulk. Like you can do things. I have 4 tiny kids that every time I go to McDonald's, it's $60. So way cheaper to cook at home for me. Fast food, if you cut that out, that not only will you feel amazing, but your pocket will have a little bit extra in it so you can DCA into crypto or other types of things that you're interested in. So I think that advice is awesome.
Nowadays, you've got subscriptions to like Netflix, Disney Plus,
right,
Amazon, X, Y, and Z.
Clean those up.
Cut maybe 2 or 3 of those out. Do you really need like 6 platforms to watch movies and videos on? So that's just like
great point.
Like $30-$50 you could save a month to DCA into crypto.
Yeah, help your neighbors out too. They might help you out. Like I fixed some brakes and I got to log into a couple of those.
That's another good point. That's another good point. Is like if you could find ways to make money, different ways to make money, money in your spare time, work from home, be an entrepreneur. That's another.
Where's the need? Look around at where the need is.
People that don't have money are just lazy. They can go make money somewhere else. And
that's a good point. And just to disagree with my own previous words, there is a point where when you're pinching pennies so hard, you're losing out on making nickels. And to Justin's point, when you're so focused, I can't do anything. I got to stay home. We can't do anything that spends $1. Well, you might have some hobbies that could lead to something that makes money, or maybe you can explore some. You really are into crypto, and you're like, what? Maybe I'll make a little bit of a risky play that maybe I can make some APY that could be long term. Supplemental income. So there are little. You don't want to go too far down the pinch and pennies rabbit hole. Then you'll just be a miser.
That's true.
Yeah, and then off DZ's point in crypto, all 3 of us we staked our ape coin. So depending on what pool you're in, he has a mutant, he has a Bored Ape and a mutant. I just have ape coin, so I just went into the ape coin stake pool. I get like $5 a day. It's extra income.
That's a chicken sandwich.
That's a chicken sandwich.
$5. Sure.
Man, another thing that I kind of wanted to try to bring up today, I really dislike this company, but PayPal is now offering ETH transactions with a MetaMask integration. So kind of found it a little interesting. Basically it looks like they are, users of PayPal will soon be able to purchase ETH through its service, and the payments have been revealed that is working on a MetaMask Web3 wallet integration. It's going to allow the users to buy and transfer Ethereum from PayPal to MetaMask. Now, and DZ, I know you have great insight. Like, I'm right there with you, 75801. I think that's your name, 75901. I deleted my PayPal and my bank account information once they put the misinformation stuff out. But seeing a major company like this give retail or just people completely on the outside scope of the crypto network exposure to it in different ways, I think is really good for the network in general. And it's obviously up to you if you want to use PayPal or not. I personally don't because I got a loud mouth online. But what do you think about this, DZ? Give me your thoughts. Bring me back down to earth.
Makes me bullish for PayPal. I think it is a good thing. PayPal, obviously, I don't think anyone agrees with their censorship. It seems like they probably are going through something similar as Twitter. There's probably activist employees have kind of taken over. I don't think this is a Peter Thiel founded company, and Drew I'm probably sure you probably know about Peter Thiel.
I do.
Some of y'all watching probably know about Peter Thiel.
Yeah.
Peter Thiel is not your stereotypical Twitter activist. He's the antithesis to that. And so I think we are seeing something similar to Jack Dorsey. Inmates took over the asylum. I think PayPal, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, David Sachs. I think the inmates have since taken over the asylum because the wardens have been gone for a decade. Will the current leadership, pull an Elon? Maybe. So I don't want to say all hope is lost at the moment. Twitter Files has shown that just because you're so far down one extreme doesn't mean you can't correct course. So let's not write out PayPal. PayPal could still have a future. It's not a good thing though. The censorship, it's not a good thing. PayPal, what are you doing? It's a bozo move. No one likes it. Take that out. Don't punish people. You want to really give freedom, financial freedom to the 8 billion people on earth. Right. Censoring money transfers is that's 1984. That is the exact opposite of what you say you stand for. So what's up?
Right. I love it. And Dr. Malone, the RNA scientist, is back on Twitter now. I don't know if anyone was following Dr. Malone, but we did see him allowed to come back on Twitter. It's kind of weird I have to be allowed to come back into a public square, but it's a private company, right? So I like to acknowledge that with fingers all the time. But yeah, I mean, it's good to basically see Twitter be able to be revamped, and then, maybe there's some hope for PayPal in the future. We got to keep an objective point of view in these things, and we're all in crypto anyways, so this benefits us as a whole, regardless of my personal feelings about it. We're going to see the market cap benefit from this in the future.
Yeah, it's buying pressure.
Right.
It's going to be buying pressure.
Right. So
it's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't send too many stones at it. What do you think, Doc?
I do have a question for DZ. I know that you said you use Coinbase.
Oh, I still use PayPal.
Yeah,
I use PayPal.
Yes.
I'm saying I don't like
So-
it. It's my best option.
Yes. So are
It's
you
convenient.
at all worried, like given your position, you're like a host on ATB, you hop on the live stream, are you worried about anything you say coming back? And
No, because I mean it'll hurt them more than it'll help them. They're not the little bit of money they make off me. They're gonna lose that little bit of money, sure, but I'm gonna then be vocal against them, and so they're gonna end up losing more than they would gain if they kept me. So I don't think I'm too worried about like, hey PayPal, I'm criticizing your leadership, and I'm saying go back to the old ways of Peter Thiel. I don't think they're gonna deplatform me or anything. I'm not too worried. You can't live your life like, oh, I got to watch out for PayPal, because there will be another avenue. I'm not Milo or some of these. I'm not Alex Jones. I'm not really going out there and saying crazy stuff where I'm not going to be able to cash my work check. So I'm not too worried at where I'm at.
God, Alex.
I'm waiting to see the first case where somebody says, "Hey, I just lost all this money from my PayPal account because they took it from me."
Yeah,
Well, they let you
Wait,
withdraw
wait,
it.
what-
They let
what
you
is
withdraw
it?
it.
What is it that you're using PayPal for? To me, this is kind of a crazy issue. Like what do you use it for, DZ? Like what is
It's my
it?
fiat off ramp for free, so I can. Besides the little Coinbase trading, like they'll tax you, but I can get my money off of Coinbase for free with PayPal.
I can get my money off Coinbase for free using Coinbase if you put it in the right.
So are
coin.
you guys?
No, well, the
referring
bank
to-
thing you should get charged for the bank transfer.
Never.
Hey, we got some kind of
I never get transferred. I do a 1 to 3 day transfer. Never get. Money.
Oh, I can get it in there in minutes for free with PayPal. Yeah, I can do it for free, and it takes 1 to 3 business days. But sometimes you just want it in there right then.
first time chat. Don
I'm not in
Trifel. The guy in the middle is absolutely huge. He barely fits through the door. So
What's your personal
Yeah.
record for a bench press
PR.
taco?
Bench press PR.
I want to say 375 or 385.
That's lightweight.
Yeah, I when I lifted, I always went for like bodybuilding, not for powerlifting. So it was all about the physique and how all the muscles are like fitting and forming together to your body. So I was very meticulous about the way I trained, not necessarily for just overall gains in general.
He was a personal trainer.
Yeah, exactly.
bullish.
Do we have one of those tan pictures of Taco that we could just pop up there?
I wish we did.
Better do
It is
some
on his
research.
Instagram. Like,
I gotta
don't know,
find that picture, and then I
AJ,
gotta
if you had
find
time to
On
pull
his
it up.
phone.
I gotta find when my wife forced me to walk in the New York fashion stuff.
Yeah, we need
put
that
the link in the
footage.
chat. Put that,
There
put
it
that
is, yeah.
link.
No,
Put that
no.
link in the chat so we can click it on the
Pull
stream
it
and
up,
everyone
yeah.
can see it. All right, he's gonna pull it. He's gonna put it in the chat, AJ. So when that chat comes from Taco, just throw it up on the screen and we'll check it out.
It's something, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, AJ, you know how to do it. Go ahead. He's
Just
I got you, Sam.
fully orange. I mean, we have a web browser, right, that we're looking at for the
It's on
articles.
Drew's computer.
So Drew, you're the one who clicks the link.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
so where are you dropping it? Are you doing
In
it
the
Slack?
chat.
He's getting to the.
Where's Slack it to Drew?
Just slack it to Drew.
Yeah, I can catch it on Slack.
That's
Oh,
the easiest way.
Yeah.
You're not
So, real
signed into
quick-
Twitch on your phone. What gives, man?
So
Are you
while
even
that's
subbed?
pending, we were talking about the PayPal thing, like with the $2,500 for misinformation. So
Mhm.
I don't think that's actually instated right now. I know it would. I don't even know why they thought that would be a good idea, and they were. It when it came out, it actually wasn't supposed to come out, and they retracted it. And then they said that they reinstated it. They actually did. That isn't a thing that's in PayPal right now. It was put up, and then it was immediately retracted because it was put up on accident. I looked into this morning because when I saw the PayPal MetaMask story, I was like, are they actually doing that $2,500 for misinformation thing? And everything that I saw is that it's actually not instated, at least not right now.
My aunt and uncle started doing the bodybuilding stuff. It's so awkward seeing my aunt spray tanned and ripped with a thong on.
That is.
That's
So
an awkward
word.
Thanksgiving.
Look at this.
Looking
I
fly.
got the picture. Give me
Oh
my
my
Mac. Look at this
gosh.
guy. Look at this guy.
Oh,
Here's more. You looked a lot more lean here.
This
You
needs
look
to be
way
censored.
thicker and more intimidating
Cut
now.
it.
you need to blur
Ah,
it out.
cut it.
That was a massive cut. I mean,
Send that.
Let's
push,
see it.
Push it
Let's
over.
see,
Let
AJ.
me show the
Oh,
people.
sorry, I thought
show
I
the
did.
people. They want to see.
Jeez.
Look at this guy. Yeah, I would say you
So
look more
tan.
intimidating now than you did here.
you have like
Yeah.
a 14 pack.
Take your shirt off. Take your
Take
Where
it
Oh, yeah.
are you in the
Check
Check out,
Philippines?
check
Like,
out
where
my
was that?
meme. This is a
Like,
custom
girl
meme from my
background.
amazing
Zoom it in,
Photoshop.
zoom it in.
What's
Can you
that?
You
zoom?
can't read the top.
Zoom
Oh,
out.
I can't
No,
zoom out.
it's
No,
just-
it's a meme. It's
does
paying
it
off
say?
Terminator with Bitcoin circa 2023. So that's a custom meme I made just in case, Terminator's only interested in Bitcoin when it's time to clean the clock. But, let's get back into it here. Do you guys, I mean, obviously we had the Microsoft news.
Well, I saw
Cloud stuff.
O'Leary.
Yeah, let's talk about
Justin
O'Leary.
has a story he's been hoping to tell on the basement.
Uncle
about
Justin story time.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Uncle
Come on,
Justin's
let's hear
story
it.
time with Justin and
First of all, I
Kevin.
don't want Uncle Justin. I don't want. Can we
Uncle
change the name?
Listen, everybody.
to
He
Uncle
hates when I
Justin?
call him Uncle Justin, and every day I'm like, Uncle Justin, it's so good to see
I've never
you.
heard that before.
The fact
No
that you hate it
stories.
makes it better.
Come on, story time, please.
Give us a story.
Just for me.
Drew, I sent you another picture.
Oh,
my
Yeah,
God.
well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you it right after this.
After this
Go
picture.
ahead.
All right, all right.
All right,
This is
let's see what we
the
got here.
super
Whoa,
ripped.
this is insane.
This is this guy
Oh
right here.
Look at him.
my-
No, not
Let's send
there.
that
Not Arnold.
Schwarzenegger.
Change
Get
it
out of the
over
way,
there.
Arnold.
What?
Here comes Taco. Look at this guy.
You look skinny.
Oh, you have to cut a lot of weight to get that. Yeah,
Jeez
you
Louise.
you.
Did you
Look at
win?
your shoulders.
Did you win? What
Oh,
did you get? Like 5th place?
He got
So-
damaged kidneys.
So I was natural for this show in an unnatural, like everyone else was like on stuff.
Explain what natural. Yeah. Okay.
So
Not on
natural is
steroids.
no steroids.
No
Obviously, if
steroids.
you're on something, you're on.
But the Liver
steroids.
King was natural.
Until
Thoughts?
recently.
Please
No, well,
elaborate.
Hey,
Yeah.
send him a steroid picture though when you were on steroids.
Oh yeah, we get a compare and
I
contrast.
love the basement, man.
Yeah,
liver-
why'd you show us the natty photo? We want to see
We
ripped,
want steroids.
roided,
Dude,
angry. Like I want you just got done punching a wall.
how did anyone believe that
You know,
Liver
the
King was
girlfriend
not
with the
on
black
steroids?
eye.
I'm not sure.
I wanted to make that. I wasn't going.
Who
Honestly.
He went
typed in
there.
the chat that I'm the new Decker? Was that
Oh.
actually Ben
Ooh.
or was it Drew?
Nah,
No, that
it's
was not
yours.
me.
It's probably actually Ben trying to mess with me. Ben, so mean. You're so
Maybe.
mean.
It
man,
looks like
maybe.
it was you.
Ben
that typed
raging.
it.
I didn't type anything.
Someone asked about the paint. That is a controller in the back. If they're wondering. Those are there. All right. I say we. All right. Justin's story
All
time.
right,
I say we do
Yes,
Justin's
give
story
us the
time.
O'Leary,
Justin.
Story
O'Reilly.
time.
All right, so
It's not a
Kevin
story.
O'Leary battled Justin, and they were talking about one of Kevin O'Leary's investments. And Justin was criticizing O'Leary's investment, but we didn't know he was invested at the time.
Yeah.
Mm.
So when was that? 7 months ago, 6 months ago, DZ and myself went down to Miami. We shot a show, Money Court.
Bitcoin
The commercials
conference,
are out.
right?
You can we can say
Money court.
Yeah, Money Court, where you go on a show and you talk about this issue. Like basically for us, it was a made up issue, but
Judge
but for
Judy
most people,
with business instead of
yeah, like he's the judge and he tells you what to do in this situation. Well, ours was crypto centric. The issue was, and then we got debating, and then he made some stupid comment about. I said something about USDT as a tether, and he's like, "Why would you put it in USDT? You need to use USDC because USDC is the only coin that has never depegged, not even like 1 cent." And I said, "Well, that's not true. Like that's false." And I kind of went into why it was false and all that stuff, and
you could tell it dawned like he really had this idea that USDT depegs all the time, and USDC is just this flat little line on $1.00, and it's just never fluctuated. Just like, nah, bro, like this has happened before.
That's when you learn. Like you watch him on Shark Tank, and it's all fake. The guy knows nothing about crypto. That's kind of what we got out of it. After shooting, after the cameras were turned off, he came up to me, wanted my cell phone immediately, got DZ's cell phone number, asking us all these asinine elementary school questions.
With the notebook out.
Yeah, about crypto. And then he invested in, what was that other project, NFT.com or something?
Yeah, NFT.com.
And I was like, that's a loser.
Yeah,
that's
we told him how
you
bad it
know.
was.
Ooh.
And that was the second time he looked at us like,
What,
first
really?
time hearing it. Huh?
Every project that he was invested in, and I won't say all of them, every one of them that he was talking to us about, they're all duds.
Except for one that a young guy in his work told him that put him on. That was the serums.
Yeah,
he had a
that
young
was
guy in his
Yuga,
work like, hey,
so
we need to buy a
it's
bunch
kind
of
of
serums.
that's
and it
an
ended up,
easy one.
yeah.
He's probably not used to that, huh?
No, well, I don't think he was used to anybody pushing back against
Yeah.
him, but the guy knows nothing, and he doesn't know anything about crypto for sure. And just watching him yesterday, I don't know if anybody else saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
That just made me sick to my stomach, knowing that Sam Bankman-Fried's a liar, and then he comes to Congress with trying to lay out the facts that Sam gave him about where the money went,
Right.
meaning like it was Binance's fault that FTX went down. The $2 billion went to Binance. Well, where's the other 8? Where's the other $8 billion? Why aren't you asking that question? But just to see him cover for SBF and to see him cover for FTX.
And not only that, he keeps pushing the story that he lost money. I lost $9 million.
He made $6
I
million.
lost $9 million.
Yeah, if you count
If it's proven
they
that
paid
it's
his
fraud,
taxes.
if it's proven that it's fraud, he has
He'll pay
to
it back.
pay back the
Yeah.
$15 million.
But I
hope
think it
so.
goes deeper than that. Sure, that's terrible, and that might be one of the reasons he's fighting so hard.
yeah.
But I think he's in deeper than he's disclosed.
The
Yeah,
thing that
it's
makes
weird.
me less likely to believe he's, let's just say, a deep state or something like
Not
that.
deep
He's
state,
Canadian.
deeper, like more money, like
Mm-hmm.
way more money, way more invested than he's disclosed.
Oh, he has like secret Solana bags or something.
something is
Maybe.
weird. Why take
Maybe.
the position he's taking?
It's very strange.
I think he just doesn't want to pay back $15 million.
But
and
his
so
entire
here's
brand is
some
ruined.
of y'all watching this might not know this. All right, so he was paid by FTX. If FTX is proven to be a fraud and they were spending customers' money, bankruptcy corps are going to claw back those funds. And so that means they're going to go after those who paid or FTX paid. So FTX gave him $15 million. Now Kevin O'Leary will have to pull out $15 million from his bank account and give it to the bankruptcy court.
You know
And guess
what?
what? He probably doesn't have that liquid cash anymore.
He probably doesn't. He'll probably have to liquid some asset of his. But I want him off of Shark Tank.
Yeah.
I don't want him on Shark Tank anymore. I can't
Right.
respect the guy. It's a joke at this point.
Right.
I wanted him off
Is
of
he
Shark
better than is anyone in is he worse than all of them?
Just say what you're going to say.
Is Barbara better?
Barbara?
Who do you think is the worst?
I think Barbara's picks winners.
Yeah.
Mark picks duds.
I don't like Barbara.
Barbara,
Why do you
I
like
like
Barbara?
I don't like the
I think she
other
has
guy.
bad decisions.
Look, this is not a racist statement, but I don't know his name. The Pollock at the end. I don't know him.
Robert.
He is terrible.
At the end.
He's from Poland.
It's terrible.
It's not racist. It's where he's from. I can't say Polish.
It's demographic, okay? It's
That's where he's from. He is terrible. He never invests in anything. I watched the show. I'm waiting for him to invest in something. He doesn't. Anyway.
Yeah, Robert's always like trying to do the active stuff too. Like if you got to take your shirt off and stand on a surfboard, he's like the one that's
Oh,
quick
I'll
to
do
do
it.
it.
I'm
That's good,
passing
AJ.
though. I'm not investing.
AJ. You can leave me. I'm at Drew Whiter. He's about to drop the thing. It's okay. But yeah,
I like Damon. Let's see some bankruptcy court.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we have-
I want him off of Shark Tank. I'm not going to, I love Shark Tank. I'm not watching it anymore. I'm not
Yeah.
even going to watch the reruns.
I don't have television, so I missed all of it. Thank God. You know, I can't
Well.
stand television. I'm a homebody. I'm reading books, being a nerd, but
You don't have a TV in your house?
Saves money.
well, the kids watch it for, you know, to leave me alone, to get out of my face. I'll turn it on for them. But
I hope your kids aren't
it
watching.
looks like we're running short on time, you guys. Thank you guys, DZ, Justin, AJ, Ali, the whole basement crew. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight's show. Make
Taco
sure to-
the bod.
Yeah, Taco
His
the
name's not
bod
on
with
there.
his
It's
sexy
at
nips.
Taco the bod at Instagram.
I dropped it in the chat.
Are you
Make
serious?
Sure, yep.
Yeah, I think we got it. Thank you guys so much for joining us, giving us your questions. And thank you for your patience as we train AJ. I think you did a great job. You know, what do you guys
I'm
think?
going to be completely honest with you. I have no idea how to raid.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. I'll help you do that. All you got to do is press the end screen and send it on over after you say goodbye.
Rich Flair is not the first time he's asked, who are you, Drew?
So I am a research content coordinator. I help produce Around the Blockchain. I
Company
did
prepper.
a lot of the. I'm a major prepper. I did a lot of the investigation side into New Genesis and the FTX debacle.
He trains us every Saturday at 8 a.m. We have to like do these
I
little
bought my
obstacle
never bought that
courses.
from Drew. So.
Yeah, I'm an office buddy though. I just do a lot of research. Me and Johnny here in upstairs. He's upstairs setting up ATV's news. But between me and him, we do a lot of the research, a lot of the writing. I work for Nick.
Has
Nick
Johnny
Tager.
ever been on the show?
Once he's
Yeah,
he's
one
got
time.
such hot takes off camera.
Oh, Johnny's always like disagreeing with some weird stuff.
I know. I need when we got him on here. We're working it in.
Let's just
We're
say
working
he's
it in.
open about his past. He did time, and so he has this like jailhouse mentality
Yeah.
where it's like rules of the streets.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it doesn't really make sense in a society. But like I respect him for his opinion always.
Yeah.
Our conversations are amazing. I come from security and contracting side, and he comes from his side, and we meet in the middle and do all
The
the
MS-13 side.
Yeah, we kind of meet in the middle, you know what I mean, and have good discussions. So
Yeah, we
he's
have cool
awesome.
people.
Yeah, Bricks Nations. I'm going to try to squeeze in the next time I do host. But I could go off on Bricks Nations forever. But
Yeah.
you guys, until next time, make sure to tune in tomorrow. I hope you guys are having a great Christmas month. Follow everyone here.
Thanks
Thank
for
you the
hanging out
love in
with
the
us.
chat.
Space
Yes.
Junkies.
Love
I
it.
like that.
All right,
Great
AJ,
show.
send us out.
All right. What do I click?
Take end screen, prime the end screen, and then take. We're doing live fire.
We didn't go
training
over
here.
this, okay?
It's how you learn. Trial by fire. There
Drew
it
needs
is.
a